What's up, guys? So in this video we're going to go ahead and talk about e-commerce ad secrets, or Lord Ecom, Brett Fallerino, or Brett Ecom as he's now trying to brand himself on social media. Basically, it's an e-commerce program. It's not terribly expensive. I think it's like 27 bucks a month or $127 for the year, something like that. So very cheap, very affordable. If you go per month, obviously 27 bucks in it for a month or two, I'm sure you're going to pick up some value that is worth the 27 or 54 bucks, whatever you put into it. That said, I'm just not a fan of the whole e-commerce business model. Okay, so with the e-commerce business model, you're gonna have to worry about basically three major things. You're gonna have competition, then you're gonna have high overhead cost, then you're gonna have small profit margins. And regardless of how good Brett teaches it, or how good any other guru teaches it for that matter, you're going to run into those three issues no matter which program you choose. So let's dive in with the first one, which is competition. So from 2023, or from 2019 to 2023, the amount of e-com stores online had tripled, going from like 9.2 million to 26.9 million or something like that. So almost tripled. So you're going to have to compete with a whole lot of people, which rolls into the next thing, which is high overhead costs. So to stick out with e-commerce, you're going to have to spend a lot of money in advertising, maybe affiliate marketing by getting influencers to, promote your product for you. Shipping, inventory itself, it's just, you're going to get your margins chopped down super fast. You're going to have to learn how to run ads, things like that. So even though somebody's doing like $100,000 a month in their e-com store, which is crazy enough as it is, realistically that's probably like 6 to 8 grand, because the profit margin is 6 to 8% generally with an e-commerce business after all your expenses, advertising, shipping, dealing with refunds, chargebacks, things like that. And it sucks because a lot of the gurus that do e-commerce, they don't really tell you about this. And then I'm not going to sit here and say 6 to 8 grand a month is anything to like sneeze at. It's not. That's pretty good, but the amount of work it takes to get there and the amount of overhead costs that you have to be prepared to pay each and every month is just, it's extremely tough, and most people aren't going to be able to do it. That's why lots of people are typically stuck at, okay, maybe they do like $3,000 a month in their e-commerce store, but they're only pocketing like, $200 to $300 in profit after all said and done. I have a friend in Ohio. She does like a TikTok shop, great marketing and everything like that. And she told me one month she did like $40,000 a month, which is freaking awesome. Like, I thought that was awesome. Then I find out like she's only really keeping 3 or 4 of that, which is still great. She's her own boss and everything like that. But it just shows you how much work you have to like really put into something. And she puts in like 12 hours a day. So that last thing then is, you're not going to have all that much like free time. It's not really a side hustle as much as it is a full-time business model. I mean, between all the research you're gonna have to do for winning products, all the communicating with suppliers that often kind of suck at communication, like, let's just be real, the refunds you're gonna have to deal with from shipping delays, all your costs, like it's a lot more than a side hustle. I would say it's like its own full-time job at that point. And if you're not really looking for a full-time job, then you should probably look at the thing that I do, which is called local lead generation. It's something that you can truly do on the side. So basically 5 years ago, I built this website right here. And over the course of 6 to 8 weeks, I showed up in the #1 spot. I'm still here to this day. So that kind of just shows you how long-term viable this business model actually is. And so why this #1 spot is important is because anytime someone types in Noblesville Tree Services or emergency tree removal Noblesville, or just stump grinding Noblesville, just any kind of keywords related to that, I show up in this #1 spot. And when that happens, they click my website, they maybe read a little bit of this information, maybe watch this video, and then they call this number. They just click to call it. That gets forwarded off to a contractor, and the contractor pays me each and every month to keep sending these calls his way. That's why it's so passive, because I haven't actually touched this website in like 5 years. I'll swap out the phone number occasionally, but that's pretty much it. So these sites are generally worth anywhere between $500 to $2,000 a month, depending on the niche and the service and the industry. For example, tree service is kind of on that lower end, like $500,000 a month, but something like concrete or roofing will be like $2,000 or more per month. You just have to make sure you do your keyword research properly. And what I like about this is, yes, you do have to do research, just like e-commerce. It's probably what you were thinking in the back of your mind right there. The difference is that this type of research is leveraged over the course of time. With e-commerce, you're constantly having to do new research, because your product will rise, and then it will just tank, and you have to find another successful winner. With lead generation, once you're already ranked, you move on to the next project, and the next one, and the next one. Once you get to like 5 or 10 of them, you're sitting pretty happy, pretty cushy. It's kind of about where I am right now. And whenever I want to look into a new opportunity, 1 to 2 hours a night, if I build the website, work on the content, rake it, can build one of these out in the course of a week, pretty easy as an actual side hustle. Other websites like ChatGPT, for example, help me with the content, so I don't even have to handwrite the content anymore. A lot of different gurus in the space, they'll tell you, you can't use AI content. Google hates AI content. That's not been my experience. I got a site, 3 months, and I'm already on page 1, full AI content. Works for me. So if you want to know what I do, kind of the expenses and everything that are involved like that, go ahead and check out this link. I'll have it down for you down in the description below. But basically, it answers every single question you could possibly have about this business model, how much it costs, what overhead looks like, all that stuff. So if you're interested, go ahead, check it out. If you found this review helpful at all, go ahead, give me a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.